My wedding day, my husband reserved 9 seats for his family, but he left my parents standing. His mother thought they were waiters. When the two of them laughed, I took the microphone, removed my ring, and announced that the bride was leaving, but the building would remain mine. Those seats are for my family. Your parents can stand. My husband Ethan said those words without a microphone, but they felt like they echoed throughout the entire hall. I looked over. 9 chairs were reserved for his family. And my parents? They were standing near the entrance. My mother was holding her small purse in her hands. My father stood silently beside her. Then Ethan's mother Victoria looked at them and laughed. "Oh, you're the staff, right? The servers are usually back there." I didn't say anything for 3 seconds. Then I picked up my microphone. I took off my wedding ring. And I said, "There will be no wedding today. But remember one thing. The bride is leaving, not this building. Because this building belongs to me. My name is Olivia Carter. I am 32 years old. I am a commercial real estate attorney. I don't talk much, but once I make a decision, I don't go back on it. My father, Michael Carter, is 61 years old. He is a retired firefighter. Straightforward, honest man. He always told me, respect is not something you ask for. It is something you build. My mother, Linda Carter, is 59 years old. She has a gentle heart, but she is not weak. She was the woman who held our family together. My fiancé, Ethan Walker, is 35 years old. A successful investment manager. Charming on the outside. But deep down he was desperate for his family's approval. His mother, Victoria Walker, was 58 years old. She always wore expensive clothes and judged everything by status. His brother, Ryan Walker, was 30 years old. A man who loved making jokes but often crossed the line. And Ethan's sister, Chloe, was 33 years old. She was quiet. I always thought she was just like her mother. I was wrong. Our wedding venue was an old historic building. 4 years earlier I had purchased it. It had once been an abandoned warehouse. I renovated it completely. Today it was one of the most beautiful and respected event venues in the city. Ethan knew this property belonged to me. He always used to say, "Olivia, you built something amazing." I thought he appreciated my hard work. I was wrong. Before the wedding, everything seemed perfect. Then the seating plan arrived. I asked, "Ethan, where are my parents' seats?" Without even looking up from his phone, he said, "There's no room in the front row." I laughed. "What do you mean?" He handed me the paper. "Mom, Dad, Ryan, Chloe, Aunt, Uncle, everyone needs to sit." I looked at the list. 9 names. Only from the Walker family. And my parents? Ethan shrugged. "They'll understand." I stared at him carefully. "Are you seriously saying that?" "Olivia, don't make this a big thing." That sentence always made me angry. Whenever he was wrong, he always said, "Don't make this a big thing." I loved Ethan. Or maybe I loved the person I believed Ethan was. We met at a charity event. He was confident. He listened to me. He admired my dreams. But as the wedding got closer, something changed. During Thanksgiving, Victoria said, "Olivia, after marriage you'll have to understand that Walker family traditions matter." I asked, "What traditions?" She smiled. "Family comes first." I replied, "My family does too." She didn't say anything. But her expression told me everything. I had seen this same pattern since childhood. My father spent his life helping others. Whenever Ryan wanted something new, he got it. But whenever I wanted something, I was told, "You're mature. You'll adjust." I learned how to prove myself. In college, Ryan earned his business degree. Dad helped him. I earned scholarships and worked late nights. I never complained. But I remembered everything. On the morning of my wedding, I received a message from Chloe. "Can we talk?" I replied, "What's wrong?" She wrote, "Please don't trust Ethan's seating plan." I stopped. "Why?" A few moments later she sent me a screenshot. It was a group chat between Ethan and Victoria. Victoria had written, "Her parents don't belong in the front. They should know their place." Ethan replied, "Mom, don't worry. I'll handle Olivia." I closed my phone. For the first time I didn't feel anger. I only felt clarity. The hall was full of happiness. Music was playing. The photographer was taking pictures. My parents walked inside. And then it happened. Victoria stopped them. "Excuse me, are you here for catering?" My mother looked surprised. No, I'm Linda. Olivia's mother. Victoria gave a small laugh. Oh. Then she looked at Ethan. They both laughed. It was a small laugh. But it was enough. I walked toward Ethan. You did this to my parents? He said. Olivia, calm down. No. Answer me. Victoria stepped in. Don't embarrass everyone. I looked at her. You thought my parents were waiters. She replied. Because they weren't dressed like our guests. My father quietly said. Olivia, let's leave. He started walking away. I grabbed his hand. No, Dad. Nobody is leaving today. Then I walked onto the stage. The DJ asked. Everything okay? I took the microphone. The entire hall went silent. Ethan said. Olivia, what are you doing? I didn't answer him. I looked at everyone. I want to say something. Everyone became quiet. Today was supposed to be my wedding. But marriage is built on respect, not just expensive clothes and a guest list. Ethan's expression changed. Olivia. I removed my ring. This is going back. Whispers spread throughout the hall. Victoria stood up. You're making a scene. I looked at her. No. You created the scene. I'm just showing everyone what happened. Then Ethan made one final attempt. He came closer to me. In a low voice he said, Don't do this. You'll regret it. I looked at him. I spent 4 years trying to understand you. Today I'm finally seeing you clearly. I called Chloe forward. She stepped ahead. Ethan angrily said, Chloe, don't. She stopped. Then she said, I made a mistake by staying silent for so long. Everyone looked at her. Mom didn't just do this to Olivia's parents. She has done this to everyone who didn't meet her standards. Victoria said, Stop. Chloe took out her phone. This isn't just one screenshot. She opened another file. I thought Ethan was just weak. But the truth was different. He wasn't weak. He was involved. Chloe revealed that Ethan had been planning for months to use my venue under my name. He wanted to use the property for family events after our marriage. And he had even spoken to a lawyer about how the property division would work if we ever divorced. He wasn't marrying me. He was marrying my success. I looked at Ethan. You actually did this? He stayed silent. His silence was the answer. I spent the next 3 weeks preparing. I immediately contacted my lawyer. I secured every document. I reviewed all property agreements again. Ethan had no rights to anything. Because the building was mine. Only mine. I announced the wedding cancellation. I handled all vendor payments myself. I closed the guest list. And then I took one final step. I sent an email to the Walker family. Subject. Access termination notice. It was short. Effective immediately, Walker family has no permission to use Carter Hall. 2 days later, Ethan came to my office. Can we talk? I said. 5 minutes. He sat down. Mom went too far. I looked at him. And you? He became silent. You didn't stop her. He said. I was under pressure. I shook my head. No, Ethan. You made a choice. Victoria called me. You're destroying a family. I replied. No. I'm taking my life back. He said. You'll end up alone. I answered. Being alone is better than being with the wrong people. 1 month later, I held a small gathering. Only my parents, Chloe, and a few close friends. Inside the same building. In the same place where my wedding was supposed to happen. But this time there were no fake smiles. Then came. My father handed me an envelope. I asked. What is this? He said. We never told you. Inside was an old document. It was my first business investment. From my college years. I thought I had built everything on my own. But my father had invested part of his retirement savings into my first opportunity. He never told me because he wanted me to believe I had achieved everything myself. I whispered. Dad. He smiled. We supported you. We didn't carry you. For the first time I understood. My parents were never less than anyone. Some people had simply chosen to see them that way. 6 months later, Carter Hall was more successful than ever. Chloe distanced herself from her mother. Ryan apologized for the first time. I accepted his apology. Not yet. Ethan. He still messages me sometimes. Can we fix this? My answer is always the same. No. Because some things don't break. They reveal themselves. I didn't get married. My family didn't fall apart. One wrong person simply left my life. And in the end, the bride really did leave. But the building? It was mine. And it always would be. If this story touched your heart and made you think about the importance of respect, loyalty, and standing up for yourself, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to our channel for more powerful stories. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us. Your support means everything and helps us continue sharing meaningful stories.